Hello everyone, I'm Tone 300 and welcome back to another beautiful sunny day in Cities Skylines 2. So we're here in our world of Londinium and we're going to carry on from last time where we did our subways. So we're going to go, this time we're going to go for something new, we're going to do trams. So we're going to do our public transport again. And I don't know if anyone else noticed that bus just then. It sort of skidded out of control here trying to stop at this bus stop, so maybe that's not in a great location. That's something we might look at as well, bus stops and bus networks. But we're going to concentrate on trams, we're going to get the network up and running, and you have to unlock it in the progression panel, which we did last time when we unlocked subways. It's here under the transportation tab. So we've already done that. So first things we need to do is have a look at trams, and we need a tram depot. So I've had a little look around my city and trying to find somewhere good for it. It's quite big, so as you can see it needs a fair bit of space. So I'm actually thinking I've got quite a bit of space up here, and where I've got this highway, we've got this area that's sort of unused at the moment, so I'm going to place it up here. We need to move this transformer station first though. So I'm just going to move it around here next to the landfill site. It's quite an undesirable area this, so putting the tram depot here seems to work, I think. Let's place a road. I'm going to go for a medium 4-lane road. Then we're going to place the tram depot just past the pylons. We need to hook this back up. Power line. Like so. Okay, we seem to be having a little bit of power problems with these windmills. Battery depleted. They're running at 100% usage. We don't seem to be having any other power issues, only these two. Maybe because they're so close to this quite built up area. Anyhow, we'll look at power another day. So, we've got our tram depot. Do we have any upgrades? We have a garage extension, which will add another 5 vehicles if we need them. I'm not going to place it yet because I don't actually think we need it yet. We don't need any more space for it, so that's fine. And we'll go back into the tram tab, and we've got a choice of one-way tracks or double tracks. So allow trams to run in both directions simultaneously. I think the double tracks, you have to use the replace tool for these as well, by the way. So you can see one way is literally just going to go on one side of the road only, and it'll run in a loop, which it's possible we could do that. But I think we're going to go for both sides of the road. So I'm actually going to pause this while we do this because I want to get it all set up before we get the trams coming out. So you just click on the replace and it should place the tracks either side, as you can see. A line there and a line there. Right, so I've had a rough idea of where I want to go with this tram network, so I'm going to run it along this road here, down across here, and then what was our original main street next to our bus depot, we're going to run it through here. And actually, if you remember my original plan on all our expansions, we were going to build a bridge here, so I think we're going to put a bridge across to this island and link our downtown. Just improve our sort of transportation. So let's do that now. And I'm pretty sure we're on medium roads over here as well. Yep. Let's start by just removing a little bit of roads. Create some space for the bridge. And as this is a new development, we're going to go for a more modern bridge this time. We've got our grand bridge over here. And we actually have one here that I think I'm probably going to remove this one because it doesn't do anything yet. At some point we'll add a bridge in again.
This is Second Moon Radio, classical for the modern age. Unlike most...
Let's just go for some different music, shall we? So, back to our bridge. We're going to go 4-lane tier bridge. Okay, because we've got a span of roughly just over 500 metres. So we're going to need to raise our elevation. So make sure that's 90 degrees on the roundabout. We'll go at 520. We could stretch it slightly further if we wanted to. I think that's fine. So 4-lane road, just click on that, drop it back down to 0. I didn't want it too high because I quite like how it's flat there. We are going to get a slope here, but we might change this later, I don't know yet. Let's go for a 5% incline on the slope, and I think we'll put a roundabout here, maybe a large roundabout. That way it gives us an option for further expansion later on. We can even add in the roads if we want to. Just gives an idea of what's going to go on later, so possibly another bridge over to here again. And we won't be putting a bridge over to here because we've got a castle here. We don't need that. Okay, so we've got our bridge connected into our downtown area and our old town area. So let's go back to our tram lines, double tram tracks. Here we go. So you've got a choice. You can either just press replace, do it section by section, or you can hold the left mouse button down and just drag it along. Of course, we don't want to go too far. I think it's to there. I wonder how you remove them actually. I'll just simply right click. Let's zoom out because I know the route we want. You'll notice when you get to a roundabout, let's have a look at this. You see what it does? It gets rid of the grass bit, changes it to tarmac, and actually the tracks go straight across the middle of the roundabout. Okay, so this is the road we want to run down here. So you can turn left on a roundabout. Again, it will. In fact, you could connect every single way if you wanted to, but we don't. Okay, so now we're entering our new area, our sort of high density area, and our old town. Okay, now we have a decision to make. Our original plan was to go straight across and around this sort of one-way system and back. but we don't need to do a loop because we've got trams running in both directions, so they do kind of have to loop back to each other, but I'm going to take it up here. Let's quickly get this track placed. So we do have an option of turning right, but these are only small local roads, and I think that would cause traffic chaos long term. Possibly. Plus it wouldn't feel very realistic. Right, so we've linked back into our track where we turned right and went across the bridge, but now we're going to go back up this way. So it's going to give us options. Do we want to go as far as that? No, let's come back. So we've done a right turn. I'm just trying to plan out a route. This is our hospital here, so I'm trying to... Yeah, I think that's the best route there. Just trying to make sure we've got good transportation links. Okay, so we're back at our landfill, and that's going to link us back together with our tram depot and our original lines. Right, so we've got some tracks down. We'll tweak this along the way, I'm sure, but let's place some tram stops. Now, unlike the bus depot, you don't need to place it here. Passengers won't be getting on. So our first stop will be, I think, on this street corner here. We've got a car park nearby. I'm going to place them opposite each other. Now we're coming up to quite a busy shopping area here. If you remember, this is our pedestrianised area. Got sports facilities, shopping and all sorts, lots of car parking. So we definitely want to link this in. Bus stops, there we go. So I'm not going to place them next to the bus stops because at the moment bus stops, they've got their own sort of lane for the bus to pull into, which clears the road. And if I place a tram stop, it gets rid of that extra lane. Although there's not really any other choice because there is nowhere along that stretch I can place one. Okay, we're going to place it up here. We've got to watch out for the car park entrance. Trying not to block. Also got a subway here as well, that's quite good. How about we go for here? Right opposite the subway. Okay, let's get these stops placed. We can always move them later. Okay, there's not much along this road at the moment, so we won't worry about stops along there. When we get down to here though, we are close to our college, I think that is. So think somewhere here would be very good. We've got row homes one side, a couple of businesses on the other. Okay, this is Main Street, this is fine for placing stops on. Okay, so here is where we turn right for our bridge. So it'd be good to give passengers a choice to get off the tram if they want to. Or we could just turn the corner. Yeah, that's fine. I'll place them on the island, although there's nothing here yet. So that stop's going to service the old town as well as the castle. This will service the dock, the harbour, and obviously all these buildings. Okay, all of those stops will service that area. Come up here past our school where we can place another stop. Okay, this is actually different because the tracks are in the middle here, so this must be like a 6-lane or something. Okay, that should be our hospital there. Okay, here we're going to turn right. There's quite a lot of shops around here and a lot of businesses. Quite interesting to find out how effective these trams are actually. I wonder if it would have been better just to turn that corner actually with the tracks. We might change that later, we'll see. I don't think the landfill needs to stop. Okay, so that brings us back round to our start. We can now use our tramline tool. Okay, let's start with the left lane. We'll zoom right out. Be careful which one we click on here. If I did click on the right hand one, you can see it would make a much longer route, finding itself a way back. Okay, the way we placed the track was we turned right and went across the bridge. Okay, yeah, we've got to be careful which one we use. We might not even need both of those stops. Okay, so now I want to turn this way. I've got the route kind of planned out in my head, so okay, then we should be able to complete the route. And I'm actually going to run the same in the opposite direction, I think. I mean, we could run a smaller route, I suppose. I think we'll keep it the same, but in the opposite direction. Right, so that should complete the routes. And we are ready to open our tram services. Just got an achievement for spider webbing. Interesting. Right, so let's have a look. We've got two routes at 0% usage at the moment because we haven't pressed play. We can actually inspect the line details, which I'm going to do before we open it. Because at the moment we have a ticket price of 8 sims. We have 11 hours 23 vehicles assigned. I'm not sure if we want that many yet. Bearing in mind these are all going to come rolling out at once and cause chaos if we do that. So let's turn that right down to the minimum little letters, 6. And let's have a look at number 2 as well as we get to tram line 2. Transportation overview. Turn that right down as well. In fact, we're going to charge a bit more for this as well. I'm not going to go too mad because it's a new service and I want it to be used. Okay, let's get the trams rolling. Let's go. Should just take a short moment while I get staff in. We need the train drivers. And here they come. So loading correctly. Yeah, they're literally going to come out one after the other by the look of it. Should we follow the first one? Actually zoom out a little bit and see what the other trams are doing as well. So some are going in the opposite direction, that's great. One thing we might do as well is give them public transport lanes because at the moment there are cars in the way as well. See, passengers are starting to use it. Okay, let's do the public transport lanes. I think we have to go into actual buses. Although it says road, there we go. So double public transport line. And we're going to click the replace tool. And I'm actually going to go along the entire route. Let's just hit pause while we do this. Just trying to memorise the route. If we don't do this, we're going to get traffic issues, you see, so we don't want trams, buses, cars and everything all in the same lane. Not if we can help it. Yeah, this is where we could have turned left and cut this out, but I don't mind, that's fine. Okay, let's let it run again. Hopefully all the cars get out of the bus lanes and tram lanes. See what happens otherwise as we get traffic. We still have cars using it. Why do we have cars in the wrong lane? I suppose they want to turn left. I think with traffic is they have to use the lane they need. They can't come along and then turn left. I could stop them turning left by putting a no left turning. That's something we may look at. Let's have a look at our transportation anyway. So our tram lines 26% and 14% so far. Already getting some good use. Trams are getting on. It'll be quite interesting to follow them actually. Let's see if we can find one. Looks like there's a lot of people waiting for the tram as well. Yeah, passenger numbers are increasing, so this is good. Our tram network is up and running. Our population is still increasing. Hence why I am paying attention to public transport really, because if we get too many people living in our city and we don't have good transportation, then we're going to be in trouble. Traffic will be out of control. So what we've got on the buses at the moment, line usage has dropped off because one of these was 100% before, so they're obviously using trams a lot more now. Trains are not massively used, but they are used a little bit. Passenger numbers really are increasing for trams, which is good. We might have to increase the number of trams on the line, but we'll see how that goes. Subways, well, this one is not well used at all, that line, so we'll take a look at that. The other lines, okay, I mean that's not bad, 16%, we've got over 1,000 passengers using subway line 4. Ship lines are not as well used. Yeah, it's quite interesting, you can look at your cargo usage as well. Some routes are just not used at all. Wow, trams are really on the rise. So tram line 1 is at 104%, which means we're going to need more trams. Let's assign another vehicle. See if that helps. Will take a moment to kick in. In fact, we'll assign another vehicle for line 2 as well, because that's increasing. Seems to be very popular, doesn't it? Maybe we don't have enough trams to assign more. That number hasn't changed, has it? Okay, let's go to the tram yard. Tram depot. Yeah, so vehicles in use 10 out of 10, so we're going to need to upgrade. We'll build a garage extension. We should get some more trams come out, hopefully. Here we go. That gave us an extra 5 vehicles. Yeah, that decreased our usage, well, our percentage. We still have really high passenger numbers. Let's help balance it out a bit. Yeah, so that's our public transportation up and running. We'll let this run a little while. We're going to go around, maybe tidy up some of the roads and networks, keep an eye on traffic, see if we can maybe do some traffic management with the new bus lanes and tram lanes. Yeah, we'll be back shortly with this and see how we get on. Okay, so welcome back, and I've just been watching the trams for a little while now. I've added in another tram station, tram depot, sorry. So we've now got 2 tram depots, and we're running a lot more trams on the line. Passenger numbers are a lot less. So I think this is because we have a lot more trams. So let me zoom out a little bit because it's too noisy. So because we have more trams, we are getting less passengers, if that makes sense. They're just spread out over more trams basically. And I think they are actually getting on and off the trams a lot quicker because they're not having to wait as long as well. So the numbers are good, and it's all running smoothly. I mean, I'm surprised at how well it works actually. What are your thoughts on trams? I mean, I think they're great. We don't seem to be having any traffic problems. Passengers are happily getting on and off trams all the time. We're just following this tram along. quite full actually. Yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys, because the tram seems to be going really well. Interestingly, we're making a lot of money, but we're using a lot of our budget on services, on transportation. Look at this, 1.5 million we are basically losing on public transport. So I don't mind that because we're providing a service to the city. We could increase our prices, I suppose, see if we can recoup some of that money. It's something we may do over time. We might try and balance the books a little bit. I mean, it says our monthly balance is minus 4.7 million, but obviously we are making a lot of money overall. Plus 18. So I think everything's going really well. Just wondering why our numbers dropped off there, but that's fine, I don't mind. We haven't built any new sort of residential buildings for a long time. I'm just letting the game play. We're upgrading things as we go, keeping an eye on passenger numbers on public transport. I don't want the city to grow too quick. I don't want things to spiral out of control. Now we do have a little bit of traffic coming up down here. Most likely because we've only got one lane in use. Look at all those passengers that got off then. So yeah, it is connecting the newer sort of downtown area with the older city really well. Everybody used to get a bus before, and they used to get a bus, and I think the bus stop was around, where was it, around here somewhere. Let's have a look at our buses quickly. You'll understand why in a minute. So yeah, this was the closest anyone could get on a bus to the newer downtown area. And we used to get hordes and hordes of people waiting for buses here, getting off the bus here, but obviously now they've got another option. They can now get the tram all the way. Well, there are still people walking along here and using the buses, so that's good. They've got a choice. They can walk to work and get a bus, or they can get a tram. You can see the people they use this route quite a lot. I didn't want to connect to the road because I don't want people driving here, although they are driving and parking on the side of the road. This area will get addressed at some point. But yeah, no, everything's going well. Public transport's working well, and I'm really pleased with that. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think, and I'll leave that episode here, and we'll see you again soon for another episode. Bye for now, everyone.